Hey Wolfpack, and welcome back. I hope all is well, and I hope you enjoyed yesterday's video. I know I did. Honestly, I've missed having steady weekends with you guys. I miss all the interactions, and I just miss the regular schedule. I will be doing a live stream soon. I'm not really too sure when yet, but I do want to do one more often. I'd like to do at least one a week, if I could. Now, on to what you all really came here for. Tonight, we're reading I'm a Top Executive at an International Burger Franchise. You Don't Want to Know What You've Been Eating by Jgrupe. He also has a great book out that I think you would all love. It's called No Sleep Tonight. The link will be down below if you guys want to go and check it out. Now, with that said, whether you're sitting around a campfire, on the night shift, or even laying in bed, let my voice soothe your nightmares. You probably know the burger franchise I work for. You've likely eaten there before, as have most of the people you know. We're international, and these days, much of our growth comes from franchises popping up in different countries around the world. I never knew why the burgers tasted so unique, but I'll admit, I suspected there was something wrong. Not for any one reason in particular. There were mostly just a lot of little things. The way our CEO smiled, for example, when he said in our board meetings that the hamburgers were 100% beef, no added fillers or other ingredients. A few of the other executives shared knowing smiles with him, and I couldn't help but ponder to myself, how could that be possible at our prices? I didn't want to look into it. I'll admit that now. I have a pretty sweet gig here, and a nice, comfortable life. I have been with a company so long, and I've been promoted so many times that I have developed a cable of underlings and yes-men who do all of my work for me. Assistants and secretaries, interns and protégés. They do whatever I tell them to, and thank me for the privilege. I can literally sit in my office all day, watch Netflix while sitting in the most comfortable reclining desk chair imaginable, and make obscene amounts of money while doing it. But that can get boring after a while, and I decided to get out of the office for a day. I was in one particular plant, our largest, doing an impromptu walkabout. It's not something I've done in many years, but with my clearance level, nobody was going to say anything. I went through the motions, not really looking for anything in particular. I was just trying to get out of my office for a little while, go back to my roots. I had started off in the meat processing plant very similar to that one, so going back, there was a bit of a nostalgia for me. The folks at the plant were astonished to see me there, since they recognized my name as one of the top executives. That's one of the perks of being upper management, though. You don't have to explain your presence to people. You don't have to phone ahead, or even make appointments. You can just show up unannounced, and they'll be delighted to see you. When I asked to see the meat, what was going on and before processing, the plant manager gave me a skeptical look. Meat? Yeah, you know, 100% beef, right? With our masks on it, it was impossible for him to read my expression. He probably thought that I was giving him a knowing smile, like the ones worn by a few executives in the board meetings who knew the truth. He began to laugh hesitantly. I followed suit, trying not to play my cards too soon. I was curious to learn the truth in retrospect. He broke into my hearty laugh, and I joined in. 100% beef. Yeah, right. That's so classic. Alright, come on. I'll show you to the pit. He began to walk towards the other end of the plant, and I followed. There was an elevator that brought us down to a sub-basement 10 floors below ground level. We got off there, and began to walk down a corridor that extended the length of several football fields. It took me a while to realize that the walls were very subtly curved, as if we were walking around a massive circle, like a particle accelerator the size of a city. After walking for what felt like hours, we arrived at a locked door with a keypad. He punched in a number, which revealed another hidden access panel. The man swiped his card, did a quick retina scan, and used his thumbprint to unlock the door, which opened with a hiss. We went inside, and I was amazed and subsequently horrified at what I saw. There was a dark pit below us that was immense and stretched on for a great distance. It was like a great canyon made of what appeared to be concrete, hidden beneath the earth. Inside the pit were innumerable dead bodies, in varying states of decomposition as far as the eye could see. The smell was horrendous. Nothing that I had experienced before. Acrid and eye-watering in its awfulness. There was a sound as well, a steady droning buzz. The man pulled his face mask down. Below his nose, his face was not human. I realized this was not a man standing before me. I saw that the top half of his face was just a well-constructed mask. His real skin below that was like that of a lizard, scaly and green. When he spoke, I saw that his teeth were small and numerous, sharp and pointed. "We've made pretty good progress this week. You know how it is, though. They're pretty paranoid these days. It's getting harder and harder to lure them out. They like to stay inside where it's comfortable. Our Tinder accounts still bring in a steady supply, but the Uber drivers are telling us they can't get away with the stuff like they used to, with these new safety programs in effect. Regardless, we're still managing to skim a lot of net product." He then wanted to show me things down below, and I began following him, trying to conceal my mounting horror. We were being invaded, and they were slowly killing off the population and feeding our own species, dead to the rest of us, or so I thought. As we got down to the lower levels, I came to realize what the burgers are really made of. "Perfect timing," he said, and I watched through the viewing windows to our right as the floor holding all the dead bodies rose up, revealing a grate beneath. The entire thing began to shake back and forth very quickly. For a second, I thought to myself, is it snowing in here? But then, I realized what was falling from the steel grate above. What was raining down from the massive pile of dead bodies? Maggots. Millions upon millions of maggots. They fell down, and I realized suddenly what the subtle buzzing noise was that I had been hearing since we had entered the huge space. It was flies. A horde of them, innumerable. The blood and guts and decomposing flesh of the people above leaked through the grate as well, raining down and coloring the maggots red where they writhed on the steel floor that extended for as far as the eye could see in every direction. "We'll let this batch dry out under the heat lamps for a while. Then it'll go up for further refinement and seasoning. You know, the usual." He started on with some small talk, and I tried to maintain my composure and not vomit, but it was rather difficult. The smell was becoming very overpowering. The whole shaking a bunch of dead bodies and stirring them up, knocking their decomposing bits loose, really didn't make matters any better. Eventually, he led me out of the pit and back up to the entrance. I was so grateful to get out of there. I could have hugged him, had I not been so terrified of what he really was. I really wish I could tell you which burger chain I work for, but if I do, I'm pretty sure they'll figure out who I am. I'm already getting nervous that they know I found out the truth. Yesterday in the board meeting, the CEO made one of his little jokes about the beef again, and a few more executives joined in with knowing laughter. I'm starting to think I might be one of the only ones left. Does anybody know a good vegetarian recipe? Thanks for listening, Wolfpack. If you want to submit your own story, the links for my email and subreddit will be down below. I've also created a Discord, so if you want to join that, the link will be in the description down below as well. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And with that said, have beautiful nightmares, and I will see you next time.